Hello YouTube, Arrow Assassin here today, and welcome back to another video. Today we are doing a Feral Druid PvP guide, and before I start into this guide, I'm not really going to be covering arenas, so if you're looking for something for arenas, I'm afraid this probably won't be for you, because I'm not an arena person. I just don't find them fun. This is more for like Battlegrounds and World PvP, so that's just, I just rather not lie to anybody, so let's go ahead and get this started here. Alright, so let's go over the talents. First row, I go with Blood Scent for the extra critical strike for when you have bleeds on them. It's just overall I feel like nicer, but the other two I've seen people use, and I've seen Lunar Inspiration work. I don't know if I like Predator, so I feel like if you want to go with Lunar Inspiration, it can work, but personally, I would go with Blood Scent. Next row, I feel like the only option is Wild Charge. Wild Charge is just, I feel like, a Guardian and Feral type thing, while Displace Your Beast has always been a Boomkin Resto type thing, if you guys kind of know what I'm saying. I don't know, that's just the way I look at it. Renewal can work, if I guess, in certain situations if you have heals with you. Maybe, I don't really know. I just feel like Wild Charge is always going to be a better option. Next row, Guardian Infinity or Restore Infinity. The reason why I picked Restore Infinity is because I'm more of a solo player and stuff. If you play with pre-mades and you have healers with you, I would go Guardian Infinity. But if you're a solo person and do crazy stupid stuff like I do, Restore Infinity, hands down, just overall going to be better. 60 row. Typhoon if you want to knock people off cliffs, just your standard stuff. Just, if you want to knock people off, Typhoon. You can use it to interrupt casts as well. Mighty Bash, I go with this because it's an extra CC stun, and that's really about it. So, next row. Incarnation and Soul of Force can work, but the reason why I use these three is because of the combo they do. The combo they do is absolutely ridiculous. I love this combo, and it's the only combo I'm probably ever going to play because it's just a build I feel comfortable with. Moment of Clarity and Brutal Slash can work. I have used these before, but I just feel comfortable with this build. It's just always felt something that has been with me. There's always certain builds I kind of like on different tunes. Anyways, I won't bore you with all that. So anyways, Soul of the Forest, Incarnation, and Salvador all work, but if you don't want to use the combo I'm using right now, then I would pick one of those two. Savage Roar, Elun's Guidance, and Blood Talons. I'll show you guys the rotation for that shortly. Jagged Wounds if you don't want to use Elun's Guidance and the Savage Roar combo, and you already know for the last row you can use any of those work technically. Alright, first two rows, health increase and the Medallion Trinket, just your standard stuff. Every class has those really. Next row, Thorns or Tooth and Claw. I like Tooth and Claw for the extra survivability a little bit, so that's why I went with that. Thorns can work too. I've seen lots of heroes been using that lately, so it might be a little bit better than Tooth and Claw. I'm not really sure 100%. So, either one of those work technically. Savage Momentum, I feel like is the only option for this row because it gives you energy back when you use it, and it's your burst, and overall, that's about it. Next row, I went with King of the Jungle because if you're gonna be putting bleeds on everybody, you'll have more and more damage as you put more and more up on people, which is really nice. So that's why I went with that. Rip and Tear or Ferocious Wound work for the final row. I go with Ferocious Wound because I'm sick and tired of all the healers and tanks lately. Well, I'm not sick and tired of them all, but like I see so many. I had a battleground of probably like 7 healers once, and it was the worst thing I've probably ever had in this game. And nothing died. It was just absolutely ridiculous. And the reason why I like Ferocious Wound is because if you're fighting a tank or a healer, well, it works on DPS too, but you can actually, unlike the other two stuff, you can kill them and stuff. But you could take their HP down lower, and then that helps your teammate and you out. So that's the reason why I like Ferocious Bite. Ferocious Bite. Ferocious Wound, sorry, I should say. So, in my opinion, I would go with Ferocious Wound just because it helps you against healers and tanks. Because I know how much people hate tanks. I see it all the time. So, if you guys struggle with that, just go with Ferocious Wound. And that's really about it. Now let's cover over the rotation. The rotation, this is my rotation. First, I pop a Loon's Guidance, and you're going to have to be quick. Once you pop a Loon's Guidance, you're going to have to do it really, really quick. You pop a Loon's Guidance, you pop Savage Roar, and then you get a Regrowth for the Blood Talents proc. And then for the Blood Talents proc, you pop Rake, and then you pop another Blood Talents proc, and then you pop Ashman's Frenzy into a Ferocious Bite from Tiger's Fury. You use Tiger's Fury after Ashman's Frenzy, and then that's it. After that, guys, you just pretty much do your standard rotation from there. So I'll show you guys one more time, but while it's going off cooldown, I'll show you guys Loon's Guidance, Savage Roar, Rake, Regrowth for the Blood Talents proc, Rip, and then either Rake or Shred, whichever one. Then you pop Ashman's Frenzy, then Tiger's Fury, and then a Ferocious Bite, and then just do your standard rotation from that afterwards. Just keep your bleeds, do your Ferocious Bite, and just all that stuff. And then you're going to want to probably wait for Savage Roar every time you do an opener on somebody. So I usually, most of the time, I'll wait for a Loon's Guidance to come off cooldown, because it's not really a long cooldown. It's only 45 seconds, which is not really that long at all. So, one more time, guys. Put on a Rick, do Regrowth, and then just do your standards. Unfortunately, my Ashman's Frenzy is still on cooldown, so I'll just go ahead and do it like the Shred and Rake, and then Tiger's Fury into Ferocious Bite. So guys, I hope this helps. The burst is up to you when you want to use it. I use the burst probably right before I pop Ashman's Frenzy, Tiger's Fury into Ferocious Bite, just for the extra damage. And plus, if you have the trait and you use Berserk, all damage you deal is increased by 15% for 15 seconds. So it really depends on when you want to use it. It's really a long cooldown, so that's it for this guide, guys. I hope this helps, and let me know if you have any questions. I'll see you guys later.